sorry. I was kind of crying just now from this chapter we just got, because some of the fact is that this may be one of the best chapters that gave us the oversight and look into Nico Robin's past at its fullest extent. We start the chapter off, of course, One Piece. Sorry, my bad. Rewind that. Welcome back, of course, to the Twisting Podcast. The host 12, of course, blah, blah, blah. You already know me. Bringing you know already by the title. Let's go. So, 1133, nice thing. We have, of course, the cover art, which is fire, of course. Yamato was facing off against the lion dude that had the stuff, the Holden, as he attacked the crew that she was riding with and took Otama inside her arms, of course, to sit there and kind of use her as hostage. But Yamato, of course, gonna fuck him up. Get right into it though. 22 years ago, in Ohara, there was one child that escaped a buster call. This child also sends chills down the spines of people around the world who don't really know her. It was a ship that left, an excavation ship that had so many innocent people upon it, so many of them that came from the scholars of Ohara. And as it came from that island, while they were trying to escape, one thing happened. The entire ship blew up. We all know what caused it. It was the buster call, and of course, Sakazuki's punk ass sat there and wanted to blow it all up to prove a point. Basically saying that we will make sure that not even somebody who was trying to trick their way on to being a scholar is hiding amongst that ship. Now, this story was never put out to the public, but people who were there, they know already what happened. You can't forget the sounds of everything that happened. And people believe that Nico Robin is the cause of that destruction. She caused the evacuees to get blown up because of her devil fruit. This is why an 8-year-old girl was granted a 79 million berry bounty, was sought out to become a demon child. Now, this young girl, bright, as brilliant as all outdoors, but never showed emotions, even though she cries all day long and hides her tears sometimes with laughter. She is what she likes to say. It's a freaky scholar girl, and they need to hurry up and catch her. Oh no, she can't sleep here at night. I have to stay awake with my child. I'm afraid this girl needs to be unalived. All of this is said by adults, but as we look on, we remember the good things. The Robin, you need to live things that Ovia once told her. Ovia told her, as well as Saul, that Saul put inside of her head that one day, just one day, you'll meet a group of friends who will love you for who you are and cherish you. No matter how scared this little girl was, Nico Robin, an 8-year-old, had to sit there and venture off after hearing those words and go by herself into the world thanks to Aokiji saving her. As she goes through, we all know that she is traveling place to place to place, but she's finally back now on the place that the person who told her to keep on living outside of Ovia, her mother, Saul, told her to live. And she's now back in Elbaf. And as she is back in Elbaf, the sea clouds, amazing. The structures, the textures, everything that's going on this island is just phenomenal. And this island is built on, of course, the giant tree with rainbow streams. You have all kind of stuff. Sea clouds, island clouds inside there, all kind of stuff that is just going on. The point where even the scientist, the great Dr. Vegapunk, is also in awe of what's going on and the fact that this island can support everything from island clouds to sea clouds to bubbles, rainbows, hovering. It does it all. This is one advanced technological place that they call Elbath. And as we get to Elbath, we all know that the new giant pirates are finally greeting up and getting together with their favorite emperor of the sea, Monkey D. Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy is in front of the giant pirates, who, of course, the new giant pirates, who, of course, he did not tell to ever follow him, but they will anyway because that's just how much he has made an impact on them. The giant pirate captain Herodin, of course, is one that people know and love because the simple fact is that he gave us the God Usopp scene where he held him there and the sunlight came down and we seen God D. Usopp. Ooh, got a ring to it. I know, but to keep going right through with it, we have the toast that has been set in stone for such a long time. But before that toast can be fully done with, Herodin has to bring up and pays attention that they know that they heard that Luffy defeated Big Mom over in Wano country. And as they're sitting there, we remember Gerald is with them as well. And Gerald is there and she simply says that she was friends with Lin Lin, aka Big Mom, a long time ago. But she did something so horrible to Elbath. And as they were going to go into it, there was not enough time. They want to catch up on everything later. I really wonder what she was going to say. Like the Lin Lin sit there and eat all the Elbath food was, when we were told, of course, Lin Lin was a child in a village full of normal sized people. So what could have happened before or after that moment that led her to either go down there on that island or go get saved by the giant pirates and grow up with Gerald because they knew each other from so long ago? Also, if you were friends with her, why do you look so good? And Big Mom is just Big Mom. You're like, we won't get into it. But to keep going on, the crew is starving. They're happy. They're ready to go. And of course, they have food. They have drinks. They have music. They have an entire thing for them. But only and only after Robin goes to see Saul. And when she tries to go see Saul, asking where he was just at, the entire crew said that they want to go see and go with her to see what happens. And of course, Jinbei and as well as Zoro, they wanted to just go just to see the sights. But everybody wants to go, of course, with Robin to see her reunion with Jaguar D. Saul, aka Dr. Saul, who was at the library. He is a teacher now of there, and he teaches them different types of historic books and other value add to their lives. And he teaches out of the Owl Library, which sits on this giant pond that they call a spring, but it looks like an ocean compared to, of course, our Shawhead crew. As they get closer and closer, one of the scholars comes out, rushing out there and saying, "Help, help, we need help. Dr. Saul has collapsed and fell onto the ground." And Saul sits there with his head down and just looks there lifeless. As the young lady points and says he's over there, the entire crew starts getting upset except for Robin. Because Robin knows that Jaguar D. Saul is just playing around. She tells the entire crew to just hang tight. She's going to check it out for herself. And as she walks over, Jaguar D. Saul jumps up and tries to scare Nico Robin, which of course didn't happen. But seeing this sight, seeing just how Robin has grown 22 years from the time he last saw her, from being that wee little girl, was a complete shocker. And he is loving it. He knows that Robin is such an adorable woman right now, and she reminds him of Ovia, Nico Robin's mother. Saul tells her, "You're just like her." Of course, those eyes, the gentle eyes that Robin has, was given to her by none other than Ovia, her mother, which is a great comparison if you think about it. As they finally reunite, and what a beautiful reunion it was. As they finally reunite, Saul continues to talk about, did you hear what happened or what Vegapunk was talking about? The history is told by the winners. That saying, Robin, comes from your hometown of O'Hara. And on O'Hara, that wouldn't be said if they are not vanished or wiped away because of the simple fact that they're still being heard to this day. Their voices are being sent out, even if it's by Vegapunk, who is a scientist that does not see good or evil inside the world, but logic. He knows for a fact that he's carrying on, or he has carried on, the will of O'Hara to stay alive within those in the future. And as we go through some more, they have a nice, wonderful catch up. They talk a little bit, they hug a little bit, they cry a little bit, and of course, they cry a little bit more. Nico Robin, 22 years, a little girl, so scared. And the things that people said about her made Jaguar D Saul so upset and angry and mad. But he knew he told her one thing, to always laugh. And while she's laughing, survive. And this right here brought so much cheer and so many tears to the hearts of not only Robin and Saul, but the crew themselves. We see Frankie, we see Usopp, Chopper, Nami, and Sanji all bawling their eyes out, except for two people. Zoro and our lovely captain that always smiles, especially when his crew smiles, Monkey D. Luffy. Now, this chapter brought a lot of things to light, and it's kind of pretty cool seeing that the fact is that the crew finally got Robin to have a reunion with her favorite giant, Jaguar D Saul. The questions, though, the biggest questions from this chapter still comes up of what did Big Mom do to Elbaf those many years ago that made her an enemy to Elbaf? That's probably the biggest question that we have right now. But we won't get the answer anytime soon. I love the fact that Nico Robin was featured and had her entire reunion finally put together with Jaguar D Saul. And I cannot wait to see what we have in the next upcoming chapter. This is 12, of course, giving you some of the best looks at the this is 12 officially about to sign off. But before I do, I want to make sure that you guys are down below hitting that like comment button, commenting, and subscribing to the channel if you have not already. If you're new, please stick around some more. Shoot a comment down below. You know that we're going to be good for it. Let us know what you guys think about everything that goes forward when it comes down to the chapter reviews. And of course, I want to go back before we get up out of here to the fact that they do have the sun god chained up, and he is being flaunted around. One of the new giant pirates, of course, Rito, is who we're talking about. And he's chained up at every event they have because he's just that weird of a person. Now, I wonder if he's like not going to say Usopp of the crew, but inside of a way, he isn't across inside of that state, that sun god, that god, the Usopp state. But I really wonder, like, what did Lin do to make Elbaf that mad? We'll find out real soon, hopefully, or not. You never know. Might have to ask SBS for Oda and figure this stuff out. But until then, keep rocking out with us at 12 Scene Podcast. This is 12 officially signing off.